In the spring of 2021, Jinkx Monsoon and Nick Sahoyah recorded a Futurama recap podcast. For reasons unknown, it was never released. These are the raw tapes.
I'm 40% podcast. I'm 40% podcast. You know I'm 40% podcast, baby. You know I'm 40% podcast. You know I'm 40% podcast, baby. I'm only 40%. Go. 40% podcast. I'm 40% podcast.
Kim, are you on the earbuds now? You on the earbuds?
I am. Yep.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. You're a gem.
Oh my gosh.
So Jinkx, if you could just do
kimchi.
you know what? We'll talk about that after. But Jinkx, can you just do a little bit of an intro? And
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Kim, we've been working on the intro and she just hasn't really applied herself yet. So it might take her a couple tries.
You guys are still finding your colors.
Yeah. And by the way, if you are listening to her intro and you want to give any notes, just feel free to cut in and help her out.
Oh my god.
So let's
You want me to judge?
No, just help her out, That's what I do. So Jinkx, can you do I'll do a 3, 2, 1 and then you're going to do this, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nick is
3,
trying to
2
be all method here right now, trying to
3, 2, 1.
He's trying to torture me like Kubrick did to Shelley Long. Shelley Long.
You're a fucking idiot.
Shelley Duvall.
Shelley Duvall.
Shelley Duvall.
In The Shining.
Do the intro.
I won't be bullied, Nicholas.
We're so far into the episode and they don't even know what we're doing yet. And that's on you at this point.
Why don't you ask me to do the intro with some gentility?
Hey, you little bitch. You want to do the intro? You want to do it now? Come on, baby.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Jinkx Monsoon, and this is I'm 40% Podcast, the Futurama review podcast with me and my dumb idiot friend Nick Sahoyah leading you through every single episode. And today we have
Kim,
a
you're
very
hearing what I'm hearing, right?
Yes. Yep.
It's just
Is
not
it lagging?
working. No, it's just not. It's not. It's like a quality issue.
Oh, I hear her just fine.
I know it's not a technical issue.
It's a delivery issue.
Yeah.
We haven't even introduced our special guest yet.
Well, you know what?
Stop
Just
trying
cut to we can't figure this out today. Just introduce Kim, and we'll do this in post. I'll edit in a good intro later.
Hi, everyone. This is Jinkx Monsoon, and if I tap on the mic 3 times, that means get help because this little asshole is trying to push me around, trying to make me snap like Shelley Long in The Shining.
All right, that's fine.
The made-for-TV remake.
Let's introduce the guest.
Wait, it's Shelley Duvall, isn't it? Not Shelley Long.
Yes.
Why do you keep saying Shelley Long?
Because it's for funnies and ha-has. I don't know who it is. Well, there you have it, everyone. Our guest today is Kim Chi from RuPaul's Drag Race season, I want to say...
Wow, you're one of those girls. Like, oh, I stopped
from the holiday special. And
no,
other
actually,
episodes.
I watched your entire season. I'm just terrible with numbers. Is it season 8 or season 9?
It's season 8.
8. You were with Bob.
I was with Bob.
Romantic.
Sorry, when Bob's on screen, you just can't watch anything else. She doesn't let you.
She definitely has a commanding presence.
She has a commanding presence. Now,
Kim, hello.
Yes.
Thank you for being here.
Hello. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
This is your first episode of Futurama that you have ever seen.
In my lifetime, yeah.
What
was your initial reaction? Like unfiltered, uninhibited, just what's the first thing that came to your mind when you finished watching the episode with us?
Okay, so the only thing I knew about Futurama was I think it was like 2 or 3 days ago on my Twitter. I posted a meme because I had no idea what the meme was about. So I was asking the cool kids on Twitter what the meme was, and it was but it was like a pizza place from the Futurama, and then it had like a dog from the Full Metal Alchemist in it.
Oh, that's what the dog was from. I didn't know what the dog was from.
I thought it was Full Metal Alchemist. Isn't there someone living inside that dog or something?
No, this alchemist like infused his daughter and a dog into like a one creature.
That's right. And she's
So it was
all
supposed to be like a
sad the
sad
whole
meme.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. She got turned into a dog, his little daughter.
So I thought Futurama was some kind of sad, soppy cartoon or something.
Well, that's kind of like the first episode of Pokemon I ever saw was Pikachu's Goodbye. And I was like, what kind of fucking sad show are all my friends watching?
Pikachu's Goodbye? Where did Pikachu have to go?
He had to go live with the other Pikachu in the woods. And there's a really sad song that plays at the end that's like, the time has come. It's for the best, I know it.
And when did he get his detective license?
I don't think that's Ash's Pikachu, canonically. I believe it's a different Pikachu.
There's not just one Pikachu.
No, it's Ryan Reynolds. Hey, Kim, have you seen Detective Pikachu?
Yes, I have.
Thoughts?
Oh, so you'll make time for Pikachu in your life, but this is the first time you've ever watched one of the best sci-fi cartoons that exists?
Well, I gotta embrace my culture. I feel like Futurama's more like white people culture.
What about
Japanese?
It's Reaganomics.
But to answer your question, I loved Detective Pikachu. It was jarring at first to hear like Ryan Reynolds' voice out of Pikachu, but then after you realize why he has Ryan Reynolds' voice, then it all makes sense.
Yeah, at the
I don't
end
want
of
to
the
spoil it
movie.
for people that haven't seen it yet.
In the end, it turns out that the dad is living inside the Pikachu.
My God, you just really just spoiled the way there.
Should have watched it already. That movie makes me cry. I'm allowed to talk about it freely. You know what part I cry at? I'm talking a lot about crying during Pokemon today. The part I cry at, and I'm thinking about it right now, and it might make me cry, is when Pikachu's really hurt and all the Bulbasaurs come out of the kind of woodwork and they all kind of nuzzle up against him.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. When I first time I saw the Pokemon movie in theater when I was in middle school, I cried too. Because there's like a part where Ash dies and all the other Pokemon starts crying, and I was like bawling in the movie theater.
Okay. We're gonna stop talking about Pikachu and all the Pokemon movies we've seen in our time and get back to Futurama episode 3, which is called I, Robot. So
It's called I
right
Roommate.
away.
Fuck.
It's called I, Robot. Will Smith guest stars on this episode. No, it's called I, Roommate, and hilarity ensues. So, Kim, do you watch a lot of animated shows, period?
Oh yes, like religiously.
Is it like all you watch?
No, I like to watch a variety of things. Sometimes I like to watch like really somber, like sad dramas that's really drawn out. And then sometimes I like to watch romantic comedies while like chewing on the bottom of my lips. And then sometimes I like anime.
I didn't ask because I was that interested in the answer. I asked because it's all I watch. It's just animated everything. So. She's all talking about rom-coms and drawn-out dramedies, and I'm like, listen, I watch Doctor Who and I watch cartoons. That's it.
You're like, I wanted a yes or no.
You
for an
watch Doctor
answer.
Who?
Yeah, I mean,
When did that happen?
you know, well, my British partner moved in, and we had to
I
find a
can't
show
get her
we
to
would
watch
both
Buffy,
like.
and you just date one fucking British guy, and all of a sudden you watch Doctor Who.
And the actor who plays Giles in Buffy was a guest star on the episode we watched last night. So that's when I realized, oh my God, I could have been watching Buffy. I guess I can stomach this like really melodramatic bullshit. No, I actually like
Kim, you seen Buffy?
Doctor Who.
I love Buffy.
How do we keep
Kim-
talking about other shows?
Okay,
Kim,
back to
can you
Futurama.
make Jinkx watch Buffy?
Have you ever seen the that one episode where they
The
don't
musical
talk at all?
episode?
No.
She has.
I've
We
seen
have
that.
made Jinkx watch the musical episode like 5 times, so she has seen
You
that
should-
one.
Yeah.
You should make her watch the episode Hush.
Oh, has Kenneth ever made you watch Hush? I feel like he must have.
Yeah, the one where they can't talk. Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
opposite of the musical episode.
talk.
It's like a
Why? Because
companion
there's no
piece.
singing.
Yes. There's no talking even.
I feel like if you can survive the musical episode and the Hush episode, then you can handle Buffy.
You can handle Buffy. Okay, now enough about Buffy. Back to this show. Right away, Kimchi, do you have a favorite character?
I like the chick with the Cyclops eye.
What's with the eye?
I don't know. Future is crazy.
Yeah, it was probably a sensory overload for you, seeing all these wacky characters at once. We got to meet them
It's
one
like-
at a time.
It's like watching The Simpsons on acid.
Wow, you've watched The Simpsons on acid?
No, I've never done acid, but that's what I assumed it would be like.
That's a good. That's a
Whoa,
good. guess.
man. You've done acid, man.
Kim, will you like do acid and then like film it and put it on like an OnlyFans? Put it behind a paywall.
First thing is, where do you even get acid?
I have some in my drawer. I'll drive over to your house.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do.
All right.
Whoa.
This isn't another place for you to make your drug deals, Nick. You have enough places for that already.
I don't. All the bars closed down because of the Rona. I honestly don't sell drugs. I don't want to put this out there.
Imagine like police
Well,
showing
stop
up
trying
after
to
listening
push
to this
them on
podcast.
Kimchi then.
What'd you say, Kim?
Imagine like the police randomly showing up at your apartment after this podcast goes live.
Yeah, I'm gonna get swatted.
And then you'll
Um,
just shake your hair about and they'll be like,
So, Kim, Jinkx wants to fuck Fry. Do you want to fuck the fictional cartoon character of Fry?
No, he seems like an asshole and really inconsiderate.
he
feel like-
learns how to be better.
Like towards like the later seasons.
Yeah, he's more considerate later. A little.
Yeah, but also in the past I've been wildly attracted to assholes. So I mean this just tracks. Who do you
Alright.
want to fuck on Futurama? The lobster? I know it's the lobster.
I didn't find any of the characters sexually attractive.
What?
That sounds really preachy. Kimchi.
It was that was not my train of thought when I was watching the Futurama. I'm like, oh, he is hot.
You don't have to like be thinking that. You see a hot cartoon, your mind gets there.
Yeah, I
So-
don't think this was the one for it. There's plenty of them. There's plenty of other cartoons with hot boys.
Okay, wait. Before we actually talk about the episode, give me your top 3 hot cartoon boys.
Oh. Okay, so my original crush was Tuxedo Mask from Sailor Moon.
Okay.
And then Fred from Scooby Doo. Something about the ascot like really did it for me back in the day.
See, Jinkx would fuck Shaggy, so you two don't have to
Oh,
fight.
hell yeah.
And top 5?
Well, you can do 5. I said 3, but
Oh, okay.
you want to fuck a lot of cartoons. I don't want to yuck your yum.
Oh god, oh my god, there's so many. I feel like I'm in the spot.
Just give
Like,
one
yeah.
more.
Inuyasha, maybe?
He's hot.
Yeah, Inuyasha's hot.
I like adult Yu-Gi-Oh! He's pretty hot.
Oh yeah, or Kaido from Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, yeah. Kaido's actually hotter.
You know he's gonna be like a mean top that just doesn't care about what you want, but he's gonna be so rough.
My top animated crush is not a cartoon. It's Link from Legend of Zelda.
Oh.
He's very cute.
I want him to
I feel
just
like he would
hold me in his
smell.
arms.
Why?
Yeah.
Because he goes out and he fights in chainmail?
He just looks like he has
Yeah.
Theo.
Well, also, he
Yeah.
lives in medieval time, and, like, they didn't have
Yeah.
sanitation back then.
That's true.
This is
They
like
probably
a
shit in
huge
the
selling
streets and
point for
stuff.
me.
Like in Hyrule
Yeah.
Castletown, there's like shit running through the gutters.
They're just
Like-
that's the part they don't show you in the game is that everyone just throwing out the chamber pots, just shit flying everywhere constantly.
What you don't see is like the demise of Link is chicken pox.
Oh wow. He dies of chickenpox?
I don't
Yeah, he
know.
dies of a communicable disease.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
I think
Link
they
is
would be
the
called
eternal
cuckoo
hero.
pops. Cuckoo pops. I meant cuckoo pox, but cuckoo pops sound good.
Or what's that one thing that doesn't exist anymore? Polio?
Why do you think Link dies of polio?
Medieval times.
I mean, he's got a lot of magic, though. Like, I feel like there's a lot
Yeah,
of
but when he
things
goes to
keeping
the
him
doctor, they
safe.
like drain half of his blood, so I think he's still gonna die young.
Yeah, but he's still friends with a gigantic fairy who, like, gives him magic. And she laughs
Okay.
like this. I love the opening of the episode because they just have these little moments of like the future is not like the present. There's an owl infestation outside the laboratory, and it's just like, of course, New York in the future, it's not a rat problem anymore. It's the owl problem. The owls came and ate all the rats, and now they are the rodents of New York City.
Wouldn't that be better though?
Owls are a lot cuter. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of rat enthusiasts out there.
What if it's like Zelda though, and you're like trying to go to the temple, and the owl stops you and talks to you for 5 minutes?
There's not an obstacle in Zelda where someone just stops and talks to you for a long time.
You never played Ocarina of Time, girl.
Of course I did. Those anyway, they were integral even to Link accomplishing his mission.
If you want to use Z targeting, press Z.
But we're talking about owls here.
We are.
We're
The
talking about
owl thing is
Futurama here.
the first frame of the episode is the owls outside.
Yeah, and we're only 28 minutes into the episode.
So Fry wakes up.
Nick,
he's
why don't you
sleeping.
guide us?
Thank you.
Yes.
Fry wakes up. He's sleeping on the conference table in Planet Express. And there's a very funny joke that's relevant to today's Zoom era, where Hermes says, if you're going to sleep in the office, you could at least not be late for work, which is something that Jinkx, you could write this down and learn from it.
I wrote that down.
Did you learn from it?
I don't know. I've been on time today for everything I had. I mean, like, just on time. Like, I show up like, ooh, when the digital clock strikes 2.
I feel like that is like the ultimate like Jinkx Monsoon story from like touring with her. Like she's like the first one to get ready, and she's always ready in time, but she just barely makes it on time.
I'm gluing the last lash on
Yeah.
as I'm walking to the meet and greet.
Yo.
She's like a fish. She will grow to the pond that she is in, but the pond is like the amount of time she can waste talking to you about something you don't want to hear.
You give me 40 minutes, I'll be ready in 40 minutes. You give me 3 hours, I'll be ready in 3 hours
No,
and 5
no.
minutes.
If you give her 40 minutes, she'll be ready in 45 minutes. If you give her 3 hours, she'll be ready in 3 hours and 10 minutes.
It's debatable and subjective. It's all
Kim,
based
did
on
you watch
context.
Jinkx's little holiday cameo in the lesbian movie? Did you watch that yet?
A lesbian movie?
She's in the lesbian movie on Hulu.
I've never heard of the
Happiest
lesbian
season.
movie.
That's what it's called. It's called the lesbian movie on Hulu.
It's from the people who made Scary Movie and
Really?
No.
Kim,
Oh.
why do you fall for all of this stuff?
No,
I
it's
mean,
a
I
good
just assume
movie
it's like
that
one of
Jinkx is in.
I just assumed it was like another one of your projects that wasn't promoted well.
Okay, so Fry's living at the office. And Hermes starts starts pointing out certain expenses that the office is going through that, of course, all link up to things Fry's doing. There's an owl infestation because Fry keeps leaving Bachelor Chow out.
Yeah, and this is the first time we see Bachelor Chow as a product. I think we see the signage for it prior to this episode.
And then Hermie...
Does Bachelor Chow make like a lot of like appearance throughout the upcoming episodes?
I mean, here and there, you know, it's in the background as much as like milk would be in the background of a normal show, whatever normal.
I think like a lot of things, it's a running gag for the first couple seasons, and then they kind of move on to other things.
Okay.
Yeah. It's something they return to if they need to. And I just love when Hermes is saying, and I'm sick of cleaning out owl traps, and we hear a trap snap and an owl just go, ooh!
You know what's a perfect Futurama joke is when the professor is talking about like this ancient mummy, this tiny little mummy in a sarcophagus that's like 10 million years old or some shit. And he's like opening it up and he's showing it to everyone and he's all excited. And he's like, where'd it go? And Fry comes in and he's chewing on it and he's like, good beef jerky, professor. And the professor goes, you take it, Mom.
This is an outrage. I was going to eat that mummy. Yeah, there's a lot of...
The issue is not that it was eaten. The issue is that he
wanted to be the one to eat it. I also love Fry doing his hair with the engines of the spaceship. And then Leela says, "You're getting a huge dose of radiation with great lift."
Kim, if your
Just
hair
so
could look
proud
that
of
good,
himself.
would you expose yourself to quite a bit of radiation from a spaceship?
I mean, given I sleep next to my phone every day, I'm sure I'm exposed to.
It evens out, probably.
Yeah.
There's some
Living in
days
the
I'm
modern world.
sleeping on my phone.
That's supposed to be like really bad for you, but I always forget.
Ugh. How far away should it be?
I don't know.
You should put it in the other room in a lead box
I'm
with a
getting
lock
freaked
on
out
it.
now. Would that explain this? I just have a huge scar on the side.
Why a scar?
I don't know. Because it's been there for a while.
We got the first appearance of All My Circuits. This is another running gag. It is a robots soap opera.
Yeah, but I'm
Kim?
going to put myself back in the mindset of we don't know this is going to be a running gag. This could be the only time we see All My Circuits. So let's treat it like it's new to us. Let's look at it through Kim's eyes.
Yeah, Kim, how did it seem through your eyes as someone who hasn't seen Futurama? Is this the funniest joke in the world, the least funny joke in the world, or somewhere in the middle?
You know, was that soap opera about like a gay lover relationship?
It's about
Because I was
robot
really-
relationships. Which,
That's what I was getting from it. And I was really
Who did you
excited
think
for the
was gay with each other?
representation.
The robot and the boy?
And the boy, yeah.
Oh, okay.
The human
They
boy.
definitely seemed like romantically involved, you know? I was like, if this is how the gays are going to have to get to the mainstream media, so be it.
Well,
But-
it must be on the DL,
but the
though, because
robot-
he was getting married.
Yeah,
to a
the
woman
robot proposed to a female robot. That was the main conflict.
Oh, true.
I think they're fucking on the DL, though. I think Kim's right.
I didn't realize that was the same robot. I thought we were
Do they
watching,
all
like-
look the same to you, Kim?
Yeah. All robots look the same, except for the ones that are my friends.
What? What robots are your friends? Alexa, Roomba.
Alexa, yeah.
Naomi Smalls.
She's got the battery life of an eternal sun. Of your friends, Kimchi, who do you think is the most like a robot?
Probably. Not because she's like a robot, but probably Naomi Smalls because she loves her routine. Like she likes to wake up and does this and then go do
She's
this
just
and then go to
following
the
her
gym.
programming.
Exactly. Like she's not a robotic person at all, but
Kim and I are friends too. You're not
Yeah.
bothered by
Yeah.
that?
I'm not bothered by that. Take
We
him,
acted
please.
together. That is a bond that you cannot.
That's right. You guys
Fake.
were in Mean Gaze together.
Mean Gaze, he was my love interest.
Mm-hmm. But wait, did we end up together? I can't remember how that movie ends.
Well, the play ended differently than the movie.
That's true.
You don't say. A Peaches Christ production. We decided to take the movie and put it on its side and give it for a spin.
You telling me a Peaches Christ production just randomly wrapped up in the last 10 minutes without really worrying about the last third of the movie?
That's exactly what went down.
Your
I
speech
think
was very funny though, and you improv'd that whole, because you played Lindsay Lohan, and you
Kimmy
improv that
Guerra.
whole speech at you improv that whole
Yeah.
speech at prom. You did so good.
Thank you. I feel like that was so long ago. I don't even remember what I did. All I remember is I could never get the Christmas choreo right, so I messed it up every single time.
Wait, did you have problem with dancing?
I don't know. Do I?
Kimchi, there's a compilation video of drag queens falling on the YouTube, and I think you and I are the most heavily featured of all
Oh my
the
God.
queens. There's quite a
Kim,
few
you've
of
seen the one
Aja.
where Kim, you've seen the one where she falls down with Richard, right? And she yells at him.
Yes. Taking down like the whole like backdrop with her.
Yeah.
Well, there's one where Kimchi does the movement and then is just standing there and then falls over. Like it's after she's done the choreography. And my favorite is there's a video of Kim where two people make their grand entrances and then the camera pans over to find Kim and she's just already on the floor.
Yeah, balance was never really my thing.
Just as a
You do
human,
really
not
well
as
in
a
a
drag
closet.
queen.
Kim, you would do really
Yeah.
well in a closet apartment because if you fell over, you would just land on the wall and you couldn't hit the floor.
You'd be surprised. Oh my god. I'm not even joking you. I almost died the other day.
Oh my
How?
gosh.
While I was like playing my game on the computer, I choked on a piece of corn nut. And the next thing I know, I wake up on my floor. I see the corn nuts everywhere. My computer has been pulled out of the
no.
wall, and like my computer chair has been flipped over, and the side of my head was completely swollen. And I was like, did I just like pass out and hit my head on the ground? And this was like hour after.
Kim, this is harrowing. You're dropping your 127 hours story in the middle of a podcast about a cartoon.
Yeah.
So anyways, yeah, I fall.
Are you okay?
Well, I guess we're really happy to just hear that you're alive. Like that you didn't mention that before.
You
know what's really-
died.
Now, so they force Fry to stop moving in the office. Fry moves in with Bender for a little bit, and it's a robot apartment, so it's only the size of a closet. Fry decides he has to move out, and he says to Bender, he's talking to Leela, and he says, I just don't know how I could ever break that news to him. He loves living together. And then Bender walks up and he just goes, hey, Fry. Fry's like, hey, Bender. They chat a bit and they both laugh and laugh and laugh. And at the end of their little hearty chuckle, Fry just says, well, I'm moving out.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay. So at this point, they go shop for apartments together because they agree they want to stay roommates, but they can't live in Bender's apartment. If Fry can afford half of an apartment, then why is he living with Bender in the first place? Because, like...
You know what? I mean, I don't know. Fry's got a job at least. They both have a job. It's got to pay
Then why didn't he go
something.
get a modest studio? Like, why is he being a schlub?
It's New York. You can't live in New York without a roommate. Have you ever been to New York, Nick?
Wait, so what?
I'm a little more established on the West Coast, but you know, it's fine.
What Fry does for work wasn't like clarified this episode, so I have no idea.
Yeah, you don't. I want to know what Kim doesn't know because she hasn't seen the first 2 episodes. What do you think Planet Express does?
I genuinely have no idea. I know there's something about radiation, and then there's like a office. But yeah, what do they do? How does he make the money?
Fry works for Planet Express, which is where the episode begins, and all the people in the episode are his co-workers. And it's an intergalactic package delivery service.
So it's like UPS.
It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, but between planets.
Okay.
Yeah, so it doesn't really come up a lot in this episode. It's not. All you need to know is he's been sleeping at work. He's been
Kim,
living
have
at
you
his
ever been a
office.
delivery person for a job?
Delivery? No.
I had to deliver Jimmy John's a lot, so I used to relate to Fry.
Oh my god. And isn't like Jimmy John's thing like they deliver within like 30 minutes or something like that?
Yeah, and they get really mad at you if you fuck it up.
Yeah.
Well, maybe don't smoke a bong's worth of weed before you go driving around your Jimmy John's sandwiches.
More like
also, like-
during, man.
But also like who's rushing people to get cold sandwiches? Like I understand if it's like pizza or like, you know, like hot sub, but you're getting cold
Because-
sandwiches delivered.
Because you go to Jimmy John's when you don't have time to wait for other deliveries. You're like, I need food. I need it now. I live a very stressful life. I don't have time to waste eating.
It should be stated that Jimmy John, the actual guy, is a piece of shit, and you should order your sandwiches from somewhere else because he's a fuck.
Jersey Mike's. Jersey Mike's. That reminds me. While they're looking for apartments in this episode, one of the best jokes ever is, you know, they see an underwater apartment. They see one that's like a
MC
is that
Escher.
MC Escher? I was like, they're making a lot of obscure artist reference. You know,
Because
they
there's
have
a Dolly joke in the first
there's a Salvador
scene, yeah.
Dali. Salvador Dali. That's how Max says Salvador Dali on Drag Race. Salvador Dali.
I don't remember that. That's very fun.
Anyway, so then they finally see this amazing apartment, and it's listed as the suspiciously amazing apartment in the newspaper. And Fry asks the apartment guide, what's the landlord? So what's the catch? Nothing. We are technically in New Jersey.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to Fry, not one place that was even remotely livable.
And it's like gorgeous and spacious. It's got big windows.
But it's in Jersey.
That's like when I had to live in Beaverton when I lived in Portland. It was a
Oh my
bummer.
God. Did you tell people that you lived there?
No, I said I lived in Southwest.
And what happened when guys on Grindr had to ask for your address to come over?
This was
and you had to send
pre-Grindr
them?
being like ubiquitous. This was like 2010.
Okay, sorry, Manhunt. What about when guys?
I think it was literally D-list. But D-list was not like
D-list.
localized. It was just like, hey, everybody in the world, look at my dick.
Adam for Adam.
That was
Adam
that
for
was the
Adam.
Grinder of the time, was Adam for Adam.
I was on one called Mojanic.
Oh, I kind of remember that.
Do you?
I remember the name. I didn't know it was like a little fuck site that Jarek went to, but
How dare you? How dare you?
would you rather I say that Jinkx
say
was
my
on
given
Mojanic?
name? Yes. Mojanic. I remember signing on to Mojanic to meet boys in the middle of like my middle school classroom.
Kim, where do you typically troll for D?
Oh, awkward.
I
I'm
feel
trying
like
to remember
I feel like the D trolls for Kim, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
It comes
not
to me.
if the D trolls for thee. What is it?
I'm
For
trying to
whom
remember the last
Southern
time.
D trolls.
It trolls for thee. It trolls for kimchi.
Honestly, it's been so long since I've had seen any D. I can't even remember.
You could
Is
Google
there
it.
something
Just
that's been preventing you from interacting with other people?
I'm
Oh,
talking
yeah, I
about like
forgot.
actual D swinging in my face.
Mm.
Oh, that's because the cock is closed right now.
Pandemic and
So they go to a new apartment because the professor's compatriot, Dr. Mbutu, died, and he has a beautiful apartment in a good part
To
of town.
shreds, you say.
That's a great
And
bit.
how's his wife? To shreds, you say.
So they go and they check it out, and I would love to live in this apartment. It's so nice. Can
is
we live
beautiful.
there?
Yeah, a great window view and a giant TV. Like, sign me up.
A view
Oh,
of
that
a
TV
window.
was so cool.
The first thing I thought was like, wow, I'd love to play Mario Kart on that TV.
It would be a good Mario Kart TV. I love when they're checking out the apartment and they're like, what is all this crap? And Leela goes, it's not crap. And the landlady goes, Dr. Mabutu collected this crap on his journeys throughout the, universe.
This is the first appearance of another recurring character, the Kajigger lady.
The Kajigger lady.
Yeah, and she comes back a lot, and I did not remember that she started out as like a building manager. That's how we were
She
introduced to
manages
her.
a lot of buildings. I think she's neighbors with with the professor, but also has invested in his company. Like, she has a rich backstory. But she's also a landlady at this wonderful. Maybe that's how the professor knows her, is because she's been the landlady for Dr. Mabutu all this time.
Why do you think the professor knows her? When do they ever interact?
Oh my God! Throughout the show, they interact a lot, Nick.
No.
They interact a lot, Nick. She's invested in the Planet Express company. She owns one share of
And
their
he acts like he doesn't
corporation.
know who the fuck she is.
No, she says, why don't you ever come visit me? And he goes, because I don't like your cats, or something.
No,
like
he says
that.
because your apartment smells like polygrip and cat pee, but that's just a regular burn about an old spinster lady. That's not, I don't
No,
think
they
he knows
know
her.
each other. They have a
You're
close
full of
personal
shit.
relationship.
You're
I
full
am
of shit.
not.
I'm muting
You'll
you.
see.
I'm muting Jinkx.
You'll
You're
see
muted.
throughout the
You're muted
show
right now.
while
No
we
one can hear
continue to
you.
watch this.
Kim is not
Unmute
nice.
me. You'll see throughout this show that they have a long history together, the professor and the Kajigger lady.
Oh my God, Jinkx, I can't believe all the stuff you're saying about Nick while he has you muted.
Am I still muted?
Yeah, you're muted. No one can hear you.
Stop muting me.
Kim, are you a plant gay? You got plants in that house there?
No, the only thing I can do with plants is cook or kill.
Oh.
How often are you killing Oh, like because you try to take care of them and you know nothing about plants?
Yep, so I end up drowning them or forget to water them.
Are you
Succulents,
imagining
bamboo.
I
Kim
thought you
just
meant like holding their head under.
holding the plant underwater?
Kim is like Dexter, but for bad plants.
Bad plants. Venus flytraps.
I'll teach you to take out your bloodlust on these innocent flies.
Oh, these innocent flies. Why don't you just get succulents? Aren't succulents like goof-proof?
They say it's easy, but it's not. The succulents die all the time, and they get squishy.
Oh, do they?
And they
Oh,
warp.
do they say it's easy?
And then there's different succulents and they need to be treated differently and you can't overwater them, but then you can also underwater them. It's
What
a
about a
mess.
cactus?
Cactus I've killed.
And the cactus
so
fought
easy.
back too. She was trying to strangle it, and it was poking her.
Like tossing darts at her, and she's like leaping out of the way. I like this idea of kimchi just having a lot of plant blood on her hands.
Chlorophyll.
Or pesto.
Yes, chlorophyll.
Okay.
Your hands are stained with the chlorophyll of your victims.
So Bender's antenna is causing an issue.
Wait a second. Before we get to Bender's antenna, we have to talk about the snacks that they're all eating at the housewarming party. Zoidberg serves up a plate full of like innocuous claws. Hermes takes a big bite through the claw shell.
They do that
says,
every
hey,
time
these
they
are
eat lobster on the show. They bite right through the
I
shell.
know. But he said it's a classic animation trope. I get it. It would, whatever. He takes a bite of the claw. He says it's tasty, and then Zoidberg says, "Thanks, I made them myself." And and then Hermes gets really upset and almost pukes. What? Okay, so the joke here is obviously they came off of Zoidberg. Why would Zoidberg have grown, chopped off, and cooked a bunch of extra claws?
Kim, do you want to take this one?
Do you think they're like nipples that grow on him that he can remove or something? Mandibles.
I know you don't know a lot about Dr. Zoidberg, but I'd really like your opinion on this, Kim.
If there were a humanoid lobster crab person and they served you crab claws and then said, I made them myself, what would you think, Kimchi?
Wow, this is absurd. Just like the rest of the theme for this cartoon. Absurdism.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's like the equivalent of Chick-fil-A as are a bunch of cows telling people to eat more chicken. Because crabs and lobsters aren't the same thing.
Yeah, but in this show they are, okay, because Zoidberg is a crab when they need him to be a crab, and a lobster when they need a lobster joke. He's both.
So it's one of two things. Let's talk about it. It's either he grew them off of him, or he had some babies and killed them and harvested their little claws.
He reproduced by budding, and they're eating his little brothers. I don't know what's darker. I mean, obviously the one where he commits infanticide is darker.
The only problem with that is we learned in a later episode that he does not reproduce asexually because he tries to fuck that lobster on the home planet.
Yeah. But when he goes back in time and he regresses through his stages, there's a point where he's reproducing by budding. It's a stage he goes through.
Very true. Okay. Withdrawn.
Kimchi, are you following all of this?
Yes, I was just thinking about how it's refreshing that you guys picked Futurama and appreciating all of its little details for a podcast idea.
Thank you.
No, it's really cool.
I thought you were being sarcastic. That sounded really sarcastic.
No, it wasn't sarcastic at all.
You need to learn how to take a compliment, Mom.
Well, thanks for being on our third episode.
Oh, that's it? We're done?
No, I was just saying, like, thanks for that compliment. Oh, she just wanted out.
We do need to fast forward. We're like maybe a third of the way through the episode and we got like 10 minutes left. So in addition to meeting the Kajigger lady for the first time, we meet Randy and he says Calculon's back.
Calculon's back.
I love Randy.
We love Randy. I love that the banana peel gag happens twice, as Amy's having a really emotional response to the episode of All My Circuits that they've watched. And of course, it's a tumultuous night because they have to kick Bender out because his antenna ruins TV in the apartment building. So, it's a very emotional evening for everyone. We don't know if Calculon's going to get out of that coma. Bender and Fry are on the rocks.
Kim, that made you laugh when she slipped on the banana peel the second time, because we all watched this together.
Yeah.
Do you like physical comedy, like seeing people fall?
Only when it hurts them.
It's good.
I'm just kidding.
She's a big fan of Schadenfreude. She likes watching other people go through misery. It's like she doesn't drink, she doesn't smoke pot, she just watches people have crises. That's her vice.
We see Leela's aforementioned lime green jacket for the first time. Would you wear that jacket,
lime
Kim?
green affair?
Yeah, a tawdry
would,
lime
yeah.
green affair.
You'd wear the lime green jacket?
I love lime green. Yeah, I think you look great in green too.
I look great in like emeralds and deep greens, but citrus greens tend to make me turn green, just like Michelle's lousy excuse for hating green.
No,
But
I
it's
think it'll
true.
complement your ginger hair really well.
They're on the
I'll just look
opposite
like
ends
an
of the
upside
color
down
spectrum. They're
Yeah,
on the
like
opposite
oranges
ends of the
and
color
limes.
wheel.
The color spectrum is a construct, and we need to tear it apart. I
Just
think
like the
all the
Kinsey
colors
scale.
should be able to intermingle, not stay on their side of the spectrum.
Bender goes back to the apartment alone. He's very sad. He sees all the things that Fry left behind, which
is eyelash and
skin
three
flakes.
skin flakes.
I think there would have been more skin flakes than 3. That's my only complaint. But I think we can move on.
Do you guys
they're
flake a lot?
they're pretty substantial skin flakes, though.
They were large ones. They were like gold
Like if you can
member.
see them with the naked
Which
eye, they're
tells me,
big skin flakes.
Fry doesn't moisturize.
That's well, he's a
Moisturizing
straight
is
guy
really
for
important.
sure. He doesn't. Yeah,
Yeah, and also he's living in a closet. He's like
with no
like
bathroom.
He's under some very extenuating circumstances right now.
I wish straight guys would realize, like, if you do like a skincare routine every night, you can pretend like your life is in order. You know?
I just rub a bunch of oil on my face before bed. Is that a routine?
Yeah, you look great.
Like motor oil? What are you talking about?
Yeah, I just squeeze it out of an olive. I just hand press olive oil in my kitchen before bed.
It's at least fresh then. That's nice. No preservatives.
So I like that when robots don't drink. So it's revealed multiple times throughout this episode that the reason why there's a functional reason for Bender's alcoholism, and that his processors run on burning alcohol fuel.
It's like reverse alcoholism.
Yeah, so if he doesn't drink, it's when he acts like he's hungover and like he's all messed up, and he has 5 o'clock rust.
Which is so perfect. It's such a good visual joke because he looks like all haggard, but it's rust because he's a robot.
But it's rust because he's a robot.
I thought he was wearing lipstick at first.
Oh, he does in a later episode. Just you wait. Which of these Kim? Which of these characters would you like to see in drag? Would you like to you're on All Stars 9. It's the makeover challenge. The challenge is make over a character from Futurama and put them in drag. Who are you making over?
Probably Fry, because I'm the most familiar with his features.
But don't you think if you took Dr. Zoidberg and turned it out, it could be a really fierce transformation?
I'd
That's
probably
true.
choose Zoidberg because you wouldn't really have to do Zoidberg's makeup. You could just paint the shell. And I feel like there's more room for error there. There's more I could just paint over it if I didn't like it.
Why? Because it's
I
a
could
hard
really-
surface?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you wouldn't
You just
use
have to get-
traditional makeup.
You just have to get a really good concealer to conceal his original skin color, which is available on
celebrate
Kim's Chic
his-
Beauty.
Yeah, that's Kim.
Celebrate his-
Kim, this is problematic. We're not gonna.
We're not gonna.
We're gonna keep him red.
We're gonna keep him red and celebrate his shell, Mama Hunty. But yes, if you are looking to do a drag makeover, you look no further than Kimchi Cosmetics. And I
From
have
Chic
one of your
Beauty.
eyeshadow from Chic Beauty. I have one of your eyeshadow palettes that I use all the time. I use the light blue color, and that's it.
The blueberry from the Rainbow Sharks palette.
Yeah, blueberry. It's great.
Rainbow
I love it.
Sharks? What?
It's called Rainbow Sharks. 'Cause why not?
That's fun. You're such a
Yeah.
wacky character, Kim.
There's a little cartoon. There's a little cartoon of Kimchi putting a little, just a little bean person into drag. they look like a gumdrop. and Kimchi's like, oh, what would you like? And the person says something subtle. And then the next frame is just this person fully in drag and Kimchi's showing the mirror. It's cute. It's cute that your eyeshadow palette has a little cartoon on it. You must really love cartoons. It was great to invite you to this. It was such good planning on our part.
Yeah, we planned it.
We're like
Just so
free and not doing anything today.
Don't admit to that.
It should be noted that Jinkx booked this like an hour ago, and we've been recording for 55 minutes.
Should it be noted?
Thank you, Kim.
I'm still finding my footing with this. I don't know if you know, but I have a new holiday movie coming out, and it's taking up a lot of my attention.
Cross promotion on this show. I already brought up Happiest Season. You need to bring up all your fucking projects on the streaming.
I'm in a lot of holiday movies. What can I say?
No, but I'll say the highlight of my December every year is going to see Jinkx and Dayla's Christmas show, because genuinely it is one of the like best like well scripted, like good singing, like great jokes, like just a really well written show. And I'm not saying just because I'm on Jinkx's podcast. Like
it is really good.
They do amazing work. So all the viewers, I mean, they'll probably go see it because they're listening to this because they're a fan of you. But like, it's so well written that I can't wait to see the digital version.
Yeah, you're gonna love this movie. But we have to stop talking about it, or Nick's gonna throw a little temper tantrum. So.
My favorite thing when Bender's all not drunk is when he's like walking down like the seedy alley and it's all the neon signs, but all the neon signs are for boring things like Bible study. And one says boring geology lecture tonight.
That that whole motif, that whole trope of the person walking down the dark street and the neon signs are just lighting up. Every single cartoon ever has like made a joke about that trope. What's the original source?
I don't know, but we did a shot of it in Monsoon season in the Ireland episode. Do you remember when we're drunk coming up the stairs and it's like 3 neon signs that I overlaid? You remember that?
I guess so.
I know it's the Ireland episode. It's not one of the good episodes, so we haven't watched it as many times. But we
had a really rough hotel room, and we had to film it in this hotel room that was like, oy.
Everything looked gray because like there's no sun in Ireland.
I got no potatoes to give my daughter away on a Sunday morning.
Kim, you ever worked at Dublin? You ever go to Dragon or George Bar?
I don't usually go out to bars because I don't drink.
Mm-hmm.
No, like did a gig, Mama.
Oh,
ever done your gigging down in Ireland?
Ireland, I have, yeah. But all the names of the places that I've worked at like all blend into my head.
Uh-huh.
So I couldn't tell you specifically where I was.
You were in Ireland. The land of leprechauns and shillelaghs. No, that's Scottish, isn't it?
And curry sauce over chips. And
I'm an Irish American, and I think this is offensive. We're gonna move on.
Since when?
That's always my joke. Is I'm Mexican and Irish. I'm not gonna fucking examine my career for you. I'm not gonna fucking justify it.
If you ever like opened up about yourself to me, maybe I'd know these things.
I'm fucking Irish. I don't do that. So, boom. So, Bender comes into the apartment and he's like really not drunk. So he's acting crazy. And he has like, what would you call them? Like hedge clippers, like loppers. I used to call them loppers when I did yard work as a kid.
No, they're called clippers, you weirdo.
Loppers.
No one calls them loppers. No, that's I don't.
There's a movie called The Burning.
No.
With Jason Alexander from like the 80s. And the killer, it's a killer movie. And the killer in it is named Lopsy because he chops people up with those things. So it's not out of nowhere.
That's called lopping a head off.
They're loppers.
They're called hedge clippers.
You lop them.
And you know they are, and you're just trying to be contrarian.
I'm not trying to do... Kim? Thoughts?
Yeah, I'm listening. You guys were in like a passionate, heated argument. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna let them do their thing.
Thank you.
Do you call them hedge clippers or loppers?
Let's go with loppers.
See.
Oh my God. Well, we can't.
Okay,
trust her
fine. Hedge
opinion.
clippers. Hedge clippers.
She's been texting
What
this
about
whole
Cindy
time.
Lauper?
No, I'm not.
What about Cindy Lauper? Is there anything there? Can we make a little joke?
If we call them Cindy Loppers, I'll let it pass.
Okay, there's Cindy Loppers. So Bender comes in with his Cindy Loppers, and he's acting nuts. And Fry goes, "No, cutting off Leela's head won't solve anything." And then he says, "No, I'm going to cut off my antenna." And it becomes a big deal because the antenna is like Bender's manhood. At some points, it's even very specifically like referred to as if it's his penis. So
yeah, but I mean, robot sex is so ambiguous in the show.
Because sometimes when he has sex, he like opens up someone's circuit board. It's not like he puts
just moves the cords around. Like they're not consistent on how robots have sex in this.
Well, every robot is built differently, I guess.
Wow, that's true. Thank you, Kim, for enlightening
That was
us.
a lot more open-minded than your Zoidberg comments.
Yeah. The Lobster Anti-Defamation League is going to be on your ass.
The Decapodian Defamation League.
Anti-Defamation League.
The
You don't want to defame people.
Decapodian. Whatever. That's a later episode. We'll get there.
Fry is very okay with him chopping off the antenna, but they very quickly realize that this was a mistake. Leela has to intervene, kind of.
Because full circle, All My Circuits is dealing with a similar thing, and they have a conversation where the human apologizes for being a jerk, and Calculon says, "It's all right. After all, you're only human." And Leela points out that Fry and Bender could learn something from their favorite TV show. And they get confused, and Bender's the one apologizing for being a jerk. And Fry says, "It's all right. After all, you're only human." And they hug and they make up. Of course, Leela's irritated that they didn't get it right. But, that's what I like about the show is all the conflicts are just so optional. Everything's going to be solved by the end. Like, you don't really have to worry that Fry and Bender aren't still going to be best friends, I like a good show that just puts me in a fetal state of docility at the end of every episode.
Yeah, I feel like this is like a very lighthearted, fun show that you can just casually view, but then there's a lot of smart jokes sprinkled in.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's it gives you a little bit of everything. You can feel good about yourself for laughing at the smart, clever writing, but you don't have to look inward at all or face your demons.
Yeah,
like so many shows these days.
So they go back to Bender's apartment. They decide that Fry's going to live there again. I don't know what happens to that other nice apartment. I hope someone snatched it up.
Yeah, it would be stupid. And it was rent controlled.
Yeah, that's wild. I hope a queer person moved in there at least.
Randy.
Yeah, like a starving artist.
Yeah. Like if Peaches and Nihat moved in there, I would be really happy.
In New York.
Yeah.
If this is called New York, do you think New Jersey's New Jersey, or they just didn't replace it?
Yeah, maybe it never got destroyed and
it's
brought
just
back.
Still old New Jersey.
I mean, he says we are in New Jersey, not New Jersey. So I think there's something to that.
All right. Okay.
So Fry's like, "Do you think there's enough light for the plant?" And Bender says, "There's a window in the closet." They open up the closet, and it's 10 times as big as the room.
It's a human apartment. It's a human apartment. So in the future, robots have their own apartments, which are basically like human closets, but their closets are like human apartments. So, ta-da! We're in the future. Everything gets solved. Thank God the future is so well equipped for solving problems. Kimchi, do you think after this experience you'd watch more Futurama?
Yeah, definitely.
Are you going to
I
go
think
watch
I need
it
to go
now?
back and watch like the first 2 episodes, and then
I mean, kind of. Or you can just listen to our podcast. We give you
Yeah, we'll
a
tell you about
step-by-step
it.
synopsis at terrible length and detail.
It's untrue to say that we talk about it at length and detail. We yell at each other, and then the podcast ends up being long because of it. If we just took the parts where we talked about the show and just made that the podcast, it would be very succinct. So I want to give that.
I know how podcasts work, Nick.
Kim, when you're not making great makeup palettes and drawing little cartoons on them, what are you doing to pass the time in quarantine? What gets you through the day?
I play a lot of video games. To
What
be specifically, right now I'm playing Ragnarok online, mobile.
What?
There's a lot of Viking stuff these days. It's like they got done with Greek mythology and now they've moved on to Viking, because I'm playing Valhalla, which is Vikings.
That sounds fun.
What else
tell
you
us
play?
about Ragnarok. What's that all about?
It's a massively multiplayer online RPG game.
Oh, fun.
So I'm a vice leader of a guild. So we have like guild
Ooh.
wars, guild battles.
Did you have to run in an election for that title?
No.
Real question, Kim. Do the people in your guild know that you are Kimchi, world famous drag queen, or are they just randos?
Only like the chosen few do.
Oh, that's very cute.
Like
Little
your
secret.
night elf and your
Yeah.
and your sage and your paladin.
Like I want to stay anonymous, like in my video gaming world, because this is my alternate reality where I escaped.
You said 2 games. What's the other?
I play a lot of Smash Brothers.
Oh, good. I love a Smash.
Yeah.
Who's your
Who's your
favorite of the
main-
DLC characters?
Who's your
Piranha
main on
Plant.
Smash Brothers? What?
Well, we asked you 2
my main-
questions because Jinkx doesn't know how to wait her turn. So just answer mine because I went first, and then you can answer Jinx's, whatever she said.
My favorite DLC character is Piranha Plant.
Great. That's a great answer. So now you can go ahead and answer Jinx's question because we'll just do one at a time from here on out.
And to answer Jinx's question, my main is Piranha Plant.
Wow.
Oh, it was the same
Well, you're
answer.
hearing the scoop here first, folks. We got the 411 on the T of who Kimchi plays in Smash Brothers. And you can only get it here on I'm 40% podcast.
Kim, do you play Animal Crossing?
I used to in the beginning of the pandemic, but then
Oh.
it got a little too monotonous.
I want someone to come to my island because it looks really good, but it's like it looks embarrassingly good. So I want someone who's like good at stuff to come see it, so they don't think I'm sad.
Maybe I got to give Animal Crossing a try because I just started playing Second Life. There's nobody on there.
People are still playing Animal Crossing, and you know what, Mom? You missed
know,
out on
I'm
some
just-
seasonal things, but I can craft them for you. I'll give them to you.
I don't want to play either of those games I just mentioned.
Did you get a PlayStation 5, Jinx?
No, I can't get one.
I got a new Xbox yesterday. I got the Series X.
Nice.
Yeah.
I can't find them anywhere. I don't know what to do.
You're gonna wait 1 month, and then it's gonna be very easy.
Yup.
How'd you get your Xbox Series X?
My mommy.
How did I not know that was the answer to that question?
My mommy got it for me.
Which one's better? If I'm like used to the PS4, should I just stick with PS5 or
Yeah.
should I switch to Xbox Series X?
They're all the same now. It's just the Android iPhone thing at this point. They all have the same games.
Except for Nintendo Switch. A lot of Nintendo exclusives.
I know.
Yeah.
I still have a Switch. I always upgrade my Nintendo system so I can keep playing whatever new Zelda game they churn out. But Breath of the Wild was so good. I can't wait for the sequel. It's the second time ever they're making a sequel to a Zelda game. Because Majora's Mask is referred to as the sequel to Ocarina of Time because it's all
Spirit
set in the
Tracks
same,
was a direct sequel.
was that for Game Boy? I don't count Game Boy.
DS. Legend of Zelda 2,
that's a
The
Game
Adventure
Boy.
of Link was a direct sequel.
Yeah, that's a Game Boy.
No, that was NES.
Well, whatever. I only count the the big daddies. You got your Twilight Princess. You got your Wind Waker. You got your Skyward Sword. You got your Ocarina of Time. You got your Breath of the Wild.
Kim, you like Zelda?
Yes. Zelda is one series that I could personally never get into, but I see the appeal.
Okay. That's a good diplomatic answer.
I think I'd like it if they made a really funny RPG game of Futurama where you had to build the new crew to pilot, to be the crew for Planet Express.
There is a Futurama game, right? We should probably talk about it at some point in the series.
What is it? Like, what do you do in it?
I don't think the game is good, but it became very rare. And the thing that's cool about it is if you put all the cutscenes together, it is just an episode of Futurama that never aired. But it's computer animated like a PS2 game.
I see. I played their Bejeweled game, the Futurama's version of Bejeweled. It was like Robot Frenzy or something.
Yeah, how was the story in that one? Was there a whole Futurama episode in that Bejeweled game?
Probably. I don't know. I skipped those parts. I just need to match up robots. I just need that Bejeweled satisfaction, of clicking things together.
Kim, I'm so sorry
really
she's
good.
been talking for so long. We're going to get you out of here. Do you want to plug anything?
Check out my stuff on Kimchi Beauty and stay true to yourself.
I couldn't even get through it. No. Stay true.
So please follow Kimchi and please stay true to yourself. Kim, do you want to do the outro for the show? Because Jinkx has just not been sticking the landing.
It's one of my perks is that I get to do the outro.
Well, just like, Kim, what if Kim does it once and you do it once and we decide who's better?
I am so sick of you trying to get in my head about these intros and outros.
This is Jinx's podcast. I don't want to step on her boundaries.
No, Kimchi, you can do the outro.
Yeah, do it once.
Thanks for coming.
That was so good. Jinkx, take notes. This is what we need. So that's the end of the show. Please follow us and give Jinkx your money on Patreon. That's the end. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you, Kimchi. Bye.
Oh, shit.